Good morning, Jenny. Happy New Year.
Good morning, Keiko. Happy New Year to you and Happy New Year to everybody that's listening.
It's so nice to have such a wonderful meeting with you again today. Now that Christmas is over, New Year's has arrived, I can really start thinking about what's going on this year. And many people, I'm sure, is thinking about the same thing. And the New Year resolution, it's a great time to put intention of upcoming year.
Especially this year, because it's actually a new decade. Where am I going to go from here this year, but in the next 10 years? Pretty amazing thought.
So it's a good time to make a long-term goal as well as like a short-term goals?
I think so. That depends on each individual, of course, because I don't want to overwhelm people, because I think we should start with simple. So that we feel that we've completed and we have succeeded. And then begin looking at where have I been? How far have I come? Where am I now? And how do I want to see my future unfolding?
I have felt recently that something energetically shifted in my surroundings. And do you feel the same?
Absolutely. We are shifting very, very quickly. That our consciousness is awakening. Even if we don't feel like it is, because what's happening, our consciousness, we're awakening because people around us and the environment is starting to awaken.
A lot of events are happening currently. The Australia's bushfires and many unsettlements all over the world. But how are we going to ground ourselves so that no matter what happens, we can hold our inner peace?
That's really the work. That's what my work is about, because we can't control what's happening outside, but we can look inside and recognize that this path that I'm on, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, is a spiritual path.
You are going to start a new 7 weeks course about our 7 chakras. And how is it that's important to us to study about our 7 chakras?
Well, first of all, to know that we are on a spiritual journey. We are. Even if we don't know that we are, everything we do is leading us to an understanding of who we are and what brought us here and what's important to us and what our purpose is. So the first step is to recognize my mind might tell me something different, but my heart and my soul says, I'm on a spiritual journey. So how do I pay attention to that journey? And the 7-week course is helping people recognize from inside them their purpose. Begin to recognize who they are based on what is actually sacred within themselves. And I can give you an example of what that would look like as we go through the chakras. The most important aspect is that everything we need is inside of us. And this work is how to access it. Bring that truth, what is already in you, how to bring that out.
So this learning the 7 chakras will help us discover who we are and what we already have within ourselves?
Absolutely. The truth is that we're already whole. And we have our soul frequency, who we are, doesn't need to be healed, because our soul is already whole. We are aligned with spirit. We are the universe. All those metaphors that we say, we are the spirit, we are the light. But our work is how to align, how to balance our life and our experiences with that frequency. How to align all the experiences we've had with who we truly are in our light.
before I talked to you last month, I thought something was part of me. But after I spoke with you and then you told me, oh, that's not your piece. That was from your ancestors.
Yes.
And then I just couldn't believe. And then all of a sudden I have an aha moment. It's like, what? I thought that was me. And it wasn't. And then so that kind of discovery, do we expect as we study about 7 chakras?
Yes, I'm so glad you shared that. That is one of the most important things that we learn, because what we feel inside of us, often if we're carrying pain or an unresolved issue that we can't quite heal, often that has nothing, doesn't belong to us, is what I'm saying. Often is the pain of our ancestors, or maybe the pain of my mother or my father. Or it may be the pain of, like you were saying, the earth, the collective energy that I'm carrying. And if I associate that with mine, if that belongs to me, I can't heal it. No matter what I do, it doesn't heal until I recognize that, oh, like you did, oh my goodness, this pain that I have been carrying all my life, it truly belongs to my ancestors. Or, oh, the realization to say, oh, I must be carrying my mother's pain. And this is a realization that not only helps us begin to separate from what doesn't belong to us, but it begins to help us see that if I can truly find my light underneath that pain, and if I can heal myself on that level, not only do I release the pain in me, but I release the pain of whoever else carried it. If I say to my ancestors, I know that I've been carrying your pain. I have felt your struggle. I have felt your sorrow. And I have carried it. But if I can get to a place and imagine saying to them, but that pain that I have been carrying that belongs to you, it stops here. I will no longer carry your pain. I will take what I've carried that doesn't belong to me, and I will release it to the light. And when I do, it will heal you, free you from the pain and the suffering you've carried. But it will also free my children so they will no longer carry this ancestral pain. I believe that's our work. That's the consciousness in which we can open to by recognizing what I've been carrying and not blaming ourselves, but seeing, oh, I'm carrying this, so one, I can understand their suffering and their pain. So I can have compassion for them. I can have compassion for the human race, and I understand the pain of the ancestors. But I also recognize that it's time to let it go, to let the light transform it so that none of us have to carry it anymore. And I truly believe as we begin to let go of what doesn't belong to us, then we begin to free not only our ancestors, but our children and our children's children. It's time.
Wow.
Many people that listen to me or come to me, they've done a lot of work. And they say to themselves, but I've done all this work. How come things don't change? They blame themselves. And what I want to say to all of you that are listening, it's not your fault. You have done a lot of work. And that is the reason you're now able to come and work with me. You are now ready to go to the next level in your own life. And that means you're ready to receive the grace and the beauty and the magnificence of your own being. That's our true work. To recognize I am on a spiritual path and I'm already whole.
Wow.
So this is the essence of the work we're doing. like starting with the first chakra, that's why I talk about the ancestors, because the first chakra is the base of our spine. It's our bones. It's the information that our ancestors have left us. It comes from their bones to our DNA, to our marrow within us. And when I look at it from that level and I start to heal it from that level, then I can begin to recognize, okay, I've carried their pain, but the real work, now that I've let go of their pain and sent it to the light, the real work is, what are their gifts? What are the gifts that my ancestors long to give me? And just a short story, my ancestors being Cherokee, what they gave me, what I discovered inside of me was what they gave me was how to protect what is sacred. And that has been the foundation of my life, has been the foundation of my work. That's the place that I can continue to come back to and reset. And that's the reason we want to begin to receive the gifts that they gave us, so that we have this reset button. Because I can go back and say, am I holding myself sacred? Am I holding this moment sacred? And when I say that, I'm aligned with my ancestors' gifts, and I'm also in the moment with the most powerful foundation that I have, who I am. So our work together will be releasing the pain that I've carried. That's the first chakra. Releasing it to the light, knowing that I'm healing them by releasing it, and then opening and receiving their gifts, because they will long to give us their gifts. That is their greatest desire, is to give us their gifts, because they love us. So when I'm willing and ready to receive, what happens is I start to recognize who I am and what I'm truly carrying inside of me. And that begins to lay the foundation for me to really discover my life. And each chakra carries that kind of information. Each chakra is different. It carries that particular deep level of who I am. And as I discover it, I become more and more aware I am here.
I am itching to discover who I am. It's just like, wow, I really want to find out who I am. I thought I knew, but after I talked to you, I was like, maybe I don't know really who I am yet.
We all do to some extent, but the thing that I found, that we define ourselves usually by the people around us, by the people that told us who we are, or by the people that live their lives. And we kind of go, especially as children, oh, well, that's who I am. We define ourselves by what's around us. This work helps us define ourselves within us. That we have this, it's a visceral, emotional feeling that says, yes, oh my God, that's who I am. It's like what I say to people, when you know who you are, it's this feeling that you say to yourself, well, of course. It's like you know it. So when you open to it, you go, yes, of course, that's who I am. And that just continues to bring more and more information so that you can begin to really see. And that's why this is the exciting, this is what's really exciting about this, is that we're going to go through the chakras. We're going to discover, and then we're going to write about it. Because what I have found is that the book that I just finished, it has been a story about my life and what I went through. And I found that as I went through my chakras, each chakra revealed a story, revealed what was been hidden from me, revealed what I needed to acknowledge so that I could be free. And each one brought me the opportunity to face my fears, brought me the opportunity to let go and open to love, brought me the opportunity to say, of course, this is who I am. And so that my journey became more and more a part of who I am and not some mystery. But what I found by me doing this, I felt like the only thing that I can really offer other people is the ability to find their own story. For you to discover inside you what's true, what's authentic, unshakable, that belongs to you, and have a way to bring that into form so that if you feel like sharing it, great. If you don't, it doesn't matter, but you will have it. It's yours. It's in writing. It'll be yours. Your voice is all that matters. And I'm going to say that again. Your voice is all that matters. Because so many of us listen to other people's voices and we get really confused. And we think, oh, well, maybe I don't know. I'm here to tell you, you do know. And we will discover together what you do know so that what you know, your true voice becomes your guide. That you will hear other people. Of course, we learn from other people, but we won't be swayed from our own truth. We'll say, thank you for sharing, but we will return to what is true and authentic and real inside of us. And that's my gift to the people I work with. I want to know your story. What I have to teach is great. It's wonderful, but it is not nearly as important to what you know already inside your soul. And that is what we will bring forth.
How exciting.
Yes. So I am truly, truly excited to share this with all of you. And I suppose if you have some questions, to please email either myself or Keiko and ask questions. But the truth is, it's going to be a really beautiful time together. Truly transformational. And I guarantee you, your life will transform into the way it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Truly are.
Oh, I'm so excited I'm looking forward to meeting all these people who would walk the journey together.
Yes. Yeah, me too. And I know it's a challenge for people because everybody's saying, oh, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. What I want is, like I said, is I want you to find your way from inside of you. And I call it the cellular memory. Already know to be true for yourself. And so if you're not looking outside saying, well, I'll follow that person or follow that person, you'd be like, no. Do I feel aligned with that person? Do I feel connected in truth and frequency? Then we grow together. It's not about something outside. So I'm excited about sharing this because your story, like I said, what you know inside of you is all that matters. And that's what I want to know. And together we will discover it.
Yes.
And rejoice in it and have fun with it.
And then it will start on the Chinese New Year, the new moon. So it's a new beginning. How wonderful.
It is. It's really a new beginning for all of us. It's an exciting time. And I want to just address what you said. Yes, there's a lot of things now happening. Many, many people are suffering. And our mind says, what can I do? And as soon as I think that I leave my body and I go over there and I try to figure out how I can help, I think that's wonderful. But the work we're doing is we're building a foundation. So if there is a fire, it will give me the strength to open to my own fire within me. It'll give me the strength to stop hiding my passion, to become the fire, to open to something that seems so awful, but to find it inside. So then I will have more information, more strength and courage to do what I need to do if there is something I need to do. So that's how we begin to heal the world, by healing that side of ourselves. Walking through this world saying, I know who I am and here's my story. Here's what I've been given by my ancestors. Here's what my soul is telling me. Here's what my heart wants to share. When I walk through the world with that, and that in my frequency, and that in my field, I'm truly healed. I'm truly healed, and I truly will help others.
So we have to heal ourselves first before we start lending hand to help others, or the environment, or
exactly. And exactly. And I don't mean you have to heal yourselves from all the wounds, more of healing my story, so that when I'm standing in that, the fear and the collective fear, I can look at it and say, but my light is bigger than that. That's what I want you to get to. No matter how bad it might look in the world, and it looks pretty bad, I want you to be able to stand in front of it in your mind, in your heart, and say, but my light is bigger than that. No matter how much abuse you have in your life, or how much pain and suffering, it doesn't mean it's not happening. It means that my light, my heart, and my soul, because I'm connected to the universe, it means that I'm bigger than that. And when I know that, it's not from my head, not from my ego, but when I know that, then I can embrace it. I can embrace it from a very pure, authentic place.
Well, our light is bigger than that. Yeah.
Exactly. And that, and a lot of people will say it and they'll be like, and their mind will say, oh no, but I'm not, because that, look, there's all these fires, there's all this stuff. I'm not bigger than that. So then we go into judgment. I'm saying once we know our true self and our story, we will know, yes, this is happening. Yes, it's terrible, but I can meet it. I can meet that fire with the fire inside of me. I can meet that tragedy with the light inside of me and know that I'm bigger than that. And that's how we heal. That's how we bring hope to other people. And so these are, things that when we're together, you'll ask me questions and I'll make it clear for you, of course. But the main thing I want you to know is that your voice is the only one that matters. And I will teach you as a healer to listen. Truly listen. We'll listen to what that person's really saying. We'll listen to their soul. We'll listen so that we can hear what is really wanting to come through. And to really know how deeply you are loved. And that's the first step of becoming a healer. How deeply can I listen from a place of love? And then the one that is telling the story or discovering their life story, if they feel that they're being heard, what comes through them is priceless because their voice will come through. And that is our work. How to learn to listen, truly listen to the truth, and how to bring the truth forward. No more apologies for who I am and no more excuses. Just the feeling that I'm already whole. How do I bring that wholeness all the way through? So I'm so excited to do this 7 weeks with you guys. So I hope whoever hears this can actually feel the love between Keiko and I. It's so much joy working with you. And we'll have so much fun, and because it's like deep work.
Yes.
I want us to have fun and feel the joy and bring that forth, because that's what's in your voice. The true voice has joy, hope, and love in it. Keiko, is there anything that you want to say before we end?
I'm just so honored to work with you. I'm truly feel that the universe is supporting us together, meet together, and we just create magic happen. And I want to see more and more people's light being shining brighter and then coming out and then show us who they are. I'm just so looking forward to the new world.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, because me too. And it's time. It's really time. So
Yes.
I invite anyone that's listening to this or gets our flyer and is inspired in any way, please join us, because it will be fun.
Yes, fun.
Informing, and it'll be life-changing. So come be with us.
Okay, thank you, Jenny.
Thank you, Kate. And thank you, everybody, for listening.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.